Everyone, I'm Angela. Welcome and welcome back to Angela's Fashion Mix. I hope you've all had a fantastic day and thanks for being here. And if you are new, I welcome you to the channel and I also invite you to take a look at prior videos to see what goes on here at Angela's Fashion Mix. It's mostly fashion, sometimes a little lifestyle, some DIYs or home decor, periodically some cooking, but mostly fashion. So thank you for joining. And in today's video, I am sharing an email from a subscriber, but I'm also sharing a compilation of videos from prior looks, prior videos, all of that with regard to what my looks have been. And some of that are my favorites. And some of what you hear in the email will be in the looks that I am showing. I always encourage you all to get in your closets, play in your closets, know what's in your closets so you know what's available to you day to day. But in the email, so the subscriber writes, I've recently made some changes to the closet. Just organized everything, very pleased. I have some cute halter dresses that I think would make cute high-low tunic tops. Any suggestions? I just ordered a black fur jacket for the winter, various colors of heels, and spotted 2 more pairs. I'm also seeking white, red, and black dresses. Lastly, I ordered a silver and gold bag. I have several more orders to go, but my scope is changing. I'm learning you can wear an outfit in different ways. It's about having versatile accessories. I'm still learning and it's exciting. I have you to thank for that. There is a lot in this email, and you'll see how it relates to the content that I'm showing, in that she's organized the closet, and we have since had follow-up conversation, and I learned that she has also colorized the closet. I've talked about that before with regard to having your colors or having your categories with your dresses, your bottoms, your tops, all of those. If you can, have them all in places where you can see that's tops. It's not just tops and skirts and coats and different things mixed together. So we've since had a follow-up conversation, and she mentioned that she has now put all of her spring dresses together. And during this process of organizing, she found out she has way more dresses than she thought she had. And that is because things tend to get lost when you have dresses mixed in with sweaters and coats and the tops and the bottoms and everything's mixed together. You can lose things in the process, but when everything is collectively hung together, you can see how much volume that is. That also lets you know what colors you might be missing or some styles you might want to add. So now that she's got those things organized in her closet, she's ready for spring and for summer. One thing she considered while she was going through this process is that she noticed with a lot of her halter tops, she thought she could cut the skirt portion of them off and she can create some high-low tops. So that is an option, but she also asked for some recommendations. And one thing I recommended is that along with the high-low, maybe she makes some of the hemlines asymmetrical or even scallop some of the hemlines just to give her some versatility and all of the tops don't become high-low tops. It's a preference, but the recommendation that I gave was that. So that creates a little bit of versatility and a little bit of additional style. Now, she mentioned that she has already secured a fur coat for winter in black. So she has identified something she loves and saw the opportunity to get it now versus waiting until winter. For one thing, that typically it's going to be less expensive off season. So a great time to buy those things, but also waiting can sometimes cause you to miss out, not just on price, but the size may not be there when you need it. The color may not be there when you need it. As you know, sometimes things are gonna be different one time of the year versus another. But and also what can change is the style options. You may find it shorter this time of year, it might be longer when winter actually comes. But if you can get something you see when you see it, that is the best time to go ahead and get it. So you know you already have it. Also, what that does is as the next few months goes along, you find things that are going to help complement a look with the new piece. So you can readily make that determination that, hey, I have something that's going to go with this because you bought it in the spring and now you're going to have it when the time comes to wear it. So she's buying heels in various colors. She's found the style that she likes, and so she's stocking up on that in some regard. She's looking for certain colors in terms of her dresses. She mentioned that she has now silver and gold handbags. I've mentioned that to you before, as well as I encourage silver and gold shoes. I encourage those colors because you're not always going to be able to match what you're wearing. And oftentimes, those colors are going to serve as the neutral that you need to just counterbalance the color. I talk about reseating certain pieces so that other parts of my look can stand out. Silver and gold help do that. So if I'm wearing a certain thing and I don't want to throw in another layer of the same color, what will help certain things on my look stand out is if I decide to go with silver accessories, silver shoes, or a silver handbag, or gold in some of those instances. It's a third layer of color, but it's also going to be something that in a lot of cases adds a little bit of interest, but it can also tone down what you're wearing. So silver and gold, I highly recommend in your wardrobes. She mentioned that she's going to be buying a few other things, but she has found in this process that her scope is changing. I understood that to mean that her style may be changing a little bit. Because we've done something for 25, 40 years does not mean we have to keep doing the same thing. If you want to change your style, change your style on whatever level that is. If you have been in a workplace and your attire has been for 20 years that you're in a suit every day and a black pump, and you've been doing that and you're going to be retiring and you want to do something different, go ahead and start to play with the things you think you're going to want to transition into. And there is no set thing. It's what you think you're going to like. It may be the complete opposite of a suit, and that's okay because style is very personal. What I wear, you may not wear. It really comes down to, does it work for me day to day? Do I like the color? Does the size work? Does the fit work? And once you kind of hone in on, do you want to be casual or do you want elevated casual? Or are you going to be a blazer girl? Whatever the style is that you're going to try to create for yourself while you're transitioning from one thing to another, I encourage you just to have fun with it. Buy a little bit of time and see if that's something you're really going to like. Now, one way to kind of hone in on colors is to identify what you gravitate to. If you always go into the store and regardless of what you see, you always go to a section that has red, you really like red. So buy red. If you don't like yellow, don't buy yellow. And I would also suggest if there's a color you don't like, if you buy a print and that color is heavily in that print, you're probably not going to wear that thing because that color is going to jump out at you. So buy what you like. The important thing is that it fits well and you feel good in it when you wear it. Those are the takeaways. And she's learning to wear her pieces in different ways. I think a lot of times we tend to get stuck on, we have to wear this shirt with this blazer and we have to wear these shoes with that dress and that piece of jewelry with that neckline. And over time, that can become very monotonous and it can cause you to be bored with your wardrobe. It may not be anything that's wrong with your wardrobe. It just may be how you're wearing the pieces. So mixing and matching, coordinating in different ways, adding those pieces that you typically are saving for whenever, pull those out and put them into your looks day to day. It's probably going to create a little more interest in those pieces that you're putting together. So I do encourage you to pull those pieces out. We don't need to be saving anything for anything. We just need to wear our stuff and be happy with the stuff we wear. Hence, I get a lot of questions about the small bags that I have on Sundays. I've mentioned before several times, I don't just use a bag in a certain size for going out or for an event. I don't do that. If the bag matches what I need it to do on a Sunday morning, I'm taking that bag, even if it's an evening bag. Because why not? Why wouldn't I use a bag that's at my disposal if it's going to match my outfit? So, those bags in that drawer that you have that you're collecting and they're just sitting there doing nothing, why wait for a moment when you can add that to your wardrobe as just a fun piece? It can turn something whimsical into something conversational, but it also gives you an opportunity to share those things, buy those things that you really enjoy and bring them home and wear. We want to wear our stuff. And she has found that she is exploring the space of accessories more and starting to pull those into her looks. Accessories is not just jewelry for me. Accessories is all the things that's not clothing. So accessories, jewelry, belts, the bags, the shoes, the flower pins, all of that is accessories. So whatever those things are that will elevate or add to your look, even if it's casual or dressy or something whimsical, all of those things are going to be able to help you create the style that you want. So when you step out every day, you stepped out into something that you are going to be comfortable in and appreciate having in your wardrobe. So thank you for sharing the email. I was excited to see that you're implementing some things that I have been sharing. I absolutely love that. And I'm also excited because these things that you've mentioned, several of them are components of this video. So I hope you all find something in the video that you can relate to, that there's a tip or something that you see, be it a color combination or a style or a look you want to duplicate. I do get those photos and emails about that as well. That is very heartwarming. So when you all see something and you say, I can do that, I do appreciate you sharing those things with me. So thank you for that. If you have not subscribed, please do subscribe, like, and share. I always appreciate it. And thank you so very much for being here at Angel's Fashion Mix. Until next time, everyone have a fantastic start to your week. And we'll see you in the next video.
So they add a little bit of bright to the look. And my earrings and the teardrop rhinestones just add a little sparkle. And since I started this process, we're going to carry it all the way through with rhinestones, as well as a bit of bling in my ring. And for my shoes, I'm making these gray. They have a hint of gray.
did it.